Hello, everyone, and welcome to DSP versus the Internet, my weekly clips react show here on DSP Reacts. It is Sunday, the 10th of March, 2024. This is episode 55. Yes, and climbing. Interesting variety of stuff this week. Good variety of content. I believe we have 8 submissions from the Ultra members. Those are the people who are the highest level of supporters of this channel, and they're guaranteed to get their clips watched. And then we also have many clips from the submissions level members. I think there's like over 20, like 27 or something. No Q&A questions this week, so we may actually get to way more videos than typically. So I'm excited. Thank you all for being here and chilling with me. I separate these into half-an-hour parts, so I hope that you guys will check them out. If you become a channel member, you actually get access to the unedited raw stream right away, and you don't have to wait for the rest of the week for those parts to be uploaded. Okay, I think we're just going to jump in. Now, obviously, the first video here is 54 minutes long. No, I don't think we're watching 54 minutes of this video. But let's see what this is. Chiknnuggit and all animations from 2 years ago. I guess this is from a TikTok account. And I don't know what this is. It looks like a cute animation. Maybe for kids. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let's watch a little bit of it. All right. Chiknnuggit. Okay.
I am born. Y'all ever wish you could just belong?
You do belong.
You misunderstand. Long.
Hey, you want to see my impression of an angel? Oh my god, cute! Yeah!
I think it's cute that the cat has a burger hat on with a pickle on a toothpick on its head. I don't know about the voices. The voices are so like high-pitched and kitty that they're kind of cringy and annoying. But okay. What the? Whoa!
Be not afraid. I said be not afraid.
What was that?
Love this guy. You'll wish you were as good as him. Maybe if you stand, you'd maybe...
You just got arrested.
Nah.
Oh no.
All right, that one actually is pretty representative of a lot of things that happen on internet culture. Is people fawning over someone on the internet, whether it be an e-celebrity or an actor, whoever, and then they get exposed for doing something horrible and canceled. Like, I think that literally has just happened to a group of, like, I think it was like Minecraft YouTubers or something like that. I don't even know, but I guess it was these YouTubers who were known for making content that was really like for kids, and I guess they just got exposed. Again, another one of these, oh, you know, someone was inebriated and slept with somebody else, and was there consent and all this. It's like, wait, what is it? I think you make cutesy content for kids on the internet, right? So what the hell is this? Like, what is this scandal? What is this nonsense? It just happens with so many people. Toby Turner over the years, right? Toby Turner was supposed to be the you know, what was it? Chicken in a biscuit guy. And so many people liked his music and stuff on the internet that was comedy. And then you find the dark side of the guy. He's on drugs and stuff. It's like, oh my God. Like, what the hell, right? So that's what's supposed to be. Is like people standing people on the internet. Oh my God, do you love him? You got to stand this person. And then you find out, oh, he just got arrested. He's a horrible person. Oh, great. So I think this is what it is little mini like parodies of internet culture stuff, I guess. So now it has an intro. Cheeseburger. Ice cream. That was just character intros.
Hello, my friend. You are so very precious to me.
Why are you talking like that?
I started doing it ironically, but now I can't stop.
Stop! You're gonna spread the curse!
Too late. You are afflicted.
Blast you!
That was the whole thing. This, I would say, it's kind of weird. Like, is this for kids or not? Like, I would say that one sounded like it was more for kids, but the one about the internet culture wasn't for kids. I'd say that was like for adults. It's hard to tell, is this animation for kids or adults?
I'm tired of these societal coils. I'm gonna go and become a forest goblin.
This is definitely for adults, right?
Okay.
I am alive.
That was it? There was no punchline. I will watch one more. There was totally no punchline to that one. I don't even know what the point was. We'll watch one more. By the way, 54 minutes. So this must be like every clip from this, right? Like every single one put together, because they're only like 30 seconds long, if that. Maybe 20 seconds long. So you're talking 3 in a minute. So this would be like 150 clips, right?
What is your infernal command, mortal?
Scratchies.
I can definitely see it appeals to some people. I don't know if it appeals to me, but I can see that it could appeal. It's not harmful or anything. It's not super stupid. Like the internet culture one I thought was insightful, but it's certainly nothing that I would sit around watching. Yet this is super popular on TikTok, right? I mean, this is TikTok content. This is what's on TikTok today. It's like, all right, I'm going to watch one more. One more.
Cheeseburger, can I see what you look like without a hat?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
That's supposed to be dark comedy or something? Okay, I think we're going to go on to the next clip. Now, by the way, somewhere in these clips, there's going to be a Whose Line Is It Anyway clip. It might be the next one. I love that show, but I don't know if we're allowed to watch it because it's a real TV show. So I don't know if we're going to be able to watch it or if they're going to end up blocking the stream. But it's like, I absolutely love Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's a super good improv comedy show where these improv comics would have to give a situation and a criteria. And sometimes they'd have to use props. Sometimes they'd have to improvise with invisible props or pretend like there's a prop that doesn't exist. And it's just hilarity. And these people who've been on the show were on it for like many, many, many years. And I used to watch it on Comedy Central and I would laugh my ass off at it. But the problem is it's always been like a syndicated show. So I get the feeling if we watch this clip, it's going to get blocked. Is it the next clip?
Now
It is. Okay. So Whose Line Is It Anyway? 2-line vocabulary. I'm gonna have to watch this in like 20-second clips. I used to watch this way before YouTube. Like before YouTube existed, I loved this on the internet. I would watch clips of this show.
let's play a game called 2-Line Vocabulary. This is for Brad, Ryan, and Colin. The idea of this game is that our performers are going to be...
So these guys have been on the show for a long ass time. In fact, I think they're still doing it to some extent. Like I've seen pictures of Colin Mockery. He looks way older than this now. Colin Mockery's the guy in the middle here. These guys are funny as shit though. They're super funny comics.
acting out a scene. However, Ryan and Brad, I'm going to give them 2 lines they can say. That's all they're allowed to say is one of those 2 lines, the entire scene. Colin can say whatever he wants. Brad...
Do you see? This is improv comedy. 2 people can only say one of 2 words. The other person can say whatever they want, but now they have to improv a scene with those criteria, and it ends up being really funny, usually. It depends. Sometimes it's a train wreck, but sometimes it's really funny. So I really like this show, but again, I'm like eyeballing over here. Can we keep watching? I'm just going to watch it a few seconds at a time.
Brad, your lines are, what do you mean by that? And I want one of those. Ryan, your lines are, that's my job, and someone needs a hug.
Oh boy.
That's all you're allowed to say. The scene is, Colin is a female boss who has invited Brad and Ryan over for a barbecue to discuss the fact that only one of them is getting promoted.
Wait, what? Why, if you're a boss, why would you invite 2 employees over to tell only one you're getting promoted? Like, obviously the other one is going to react poorly. See what I mean? The premises are always silly and funny, and the show ends up being really funny. So let's see what happens in this scene. Again, I'm eyeballing. Are we all right? So far, so good. So far, it's not saying that any content's been matched. So if I keep pausing, I think we may be all right.
Take it away.
Hi, guys. I'm glad you can make it. Help yourself to the dip.
I want one of those.
Help yourself.
That's my job.
No. We're having a party. You don't have to feed here.
Someone needs a hug.
Give it to him.
I want one of those.
Yes, there. You know, I'm so glad you guys are so friendly and supportive of each other because only one of you is getting promotion to head feeder.
That's my job.
It is your job now.
What do you mean by that?
Only one of you.
Oh, his other line was, "What do you mean by that?" Right. Okay. Again, I have to pause. That was what, like 20 seconds. I'm still I'm so nervous. I don't know how we're still not getting claimed. Okay. Can I go another 20 seconds? This show is funny. I want to keep going. Okay. Ready? We're gonna try again. Keep going.
You can get promoted to the position of head feeder.
What do you mean by that?
Somebody needs a hug.
I know somebody needs a hug. Listen.
I want one of those.
There.
That's my job.
Look,
I want one of those.
you've got one of those.
What do you mean by that?
You've got one of those. That's the reason you're not being promoted. There, I said it.
Ooh, somebody needs a hug.
Would you like a daiquiri?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? Oh, that's it. We just got matched. Okay. See, so it's getting funnier. It's getting funnier, but now I can't watch the rest of it. We have to skip. Damn it. I knew it. See, I knew it. I knew that was going to end up getting claimed. But we got pretty far. We got like 2 minutes in. So anyway, I strongly recommend that show. And that show has been on for the longest time. Okay. It's been on since like the era before YouTube. And those guys, those comedians, you've seen them in the show grow and evolve. Drew Carey's been a part of the show. Wayne Brady's been a part of the show. Various people have gone in and out, but it's super fun. I recommend you watch. There's ridiculous amounts of episodes and clips that you can find on the internet, and I would give it a look. If you like that kind of improv comedy, it's very, very funny, and that's one example of how they do it. There's so many different ways that they do it. That's really funny. So, okay. Sing, 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 the Kyoto Chachibana SHS Band, okay? Looks like some kind of a marching band, maybe? But they're not marching, they're on stage. They dance as they do it, huh? That's a crazy sync. Look at the synchronization there. Oh, they're good. Oh my god, imagine playing that while also dancing at the same time. You know how freaking crazy tiring that has to be? Because you have to regulate your breathing to play the instrument while you're also dancing and not out of breath, right? Which song is this? I don't know what song this is. It's a classic song. I remember from a million things, cartoons, TV commercials. See, I mean, normally they'd be marching when they're doing it, but in this case now they're doing a stage presentation. Here, this is how they practice, right? And they're really good. I don't know what song this is now. Unless it's the same song, just the part you never hear. That could be too. That's funny because there's so many songs, like we only know a certain part, right? We only know the part that's the catch that they play on TV or they'll play in the commercial. You never hear the rest of the song. We know the one refrain, the one chorus. We don't know the rest of the lyrics, right? So it's kind of the same thing here. Maybe this is the same song and I've just never heard this part of it. Could be. Man, at this point, aren't you dead tired? Seriously. How are they still playing and not tired? exhausting to watch. It's seriously exhausting to watch. I feel tired just watching it. They're still going. Is it almost over? Oh, okay. Let's see how long can they go before they pass out. Wow. Talent, right? That's talent right there. You got to wonder, though, like, I mean, that's so much talent, but can they go on to do that professionally anywhere? I wonder. I don't know. But it's crazy talent. And, man, can you imagine the endurance you need to do that? It's wild. Okay.
Welcome to Play on Tabletop. I'm Nicholas, and I'm here with...
All right, so FYI, for clarification purposes, we're not watching this whole video. This was last week. Someone who was not an Ultra member level submitted 2 Warhammer clips. We watched the first one, and I very much enjoyed it. In fact, we were learning about the different units, the undead units versus the demon units. I was like, oh, this is fascinating to learn about how to play Warhammer. And then the second clip started. I was like, oh, it's just another Warhammer clip. And that was it. And then basically the person's like, well, no, I want you to watch that clip. It's different. This is going to explain like why these Warhammer collections are so unique and interesting. So let's see.
Local favorite Finley Craig and his amazing Imperial Guard army.
This is crazy. Look at this. Look how many pieces he owns in this one army unit, right? Holy crap. Look how intricate they are, too. These little pieces.
Finley, thanks you so much for coming down.
Curious, hold on. For anyone who knows about this, I don't know if you know or not. Are these all stationary? They're not. There's no moving parts on these, correct? These are stationary, like models that I believe you buy and you paint. They don't have moving parts or anything, right? Like, I know that there's actually tabletop gaming with action base where you shoot stuff. That's not what this is, because this is like strict role playing, I believe, correct?
A lot of boxes. When I saw you coming out of your car and you're just like bringing box after box after box, it was like, is that all your army? It's like, no, that's just half of it.
There was quite a lot of packing to get it all here today.
I think it took us like 45 minutes just to lay it all down. You have done an incredible job here. You've painted all this yourself?
Yep, this is 100% all me. Nobody else has contributed even to like undercoat or priming. This is all built, painted by me.
You have been on our channel before. You were here on Apocalypse game.
Yep.
We played against each other.
Yep.
It was a close game. It was a lot of fun.
And I shot down your gigantic flying spaceship with a las gun.
That was a ton of fun. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. It's a really great Apocalypse game. You showed off some of these units here, but you have brought so much more here that I've never seen before. Like, for instance, what is this?
Bill says some tanks can be made and not properly glued, and then you can move the turrets around, but it's not a necessity. So they're meant to be stationary units, but you can do variations on it. And what he said is, if you heard, he decorated all of them. Like, he literally, from scratch, took the base unit, which I believe is blank, and then he primed and painted each one custom. So what's unique about that is, I guess you can make your army any color, or I wonder if you have to be in the lore of the universe. Like, for example, maybe these are people on a planet that's sand, and so that's why they're all like this sandish brown. I don't know. See, I don't know anything about this.
That is my command Leviathan. So it is a gigantic rolling death cathedral, which is fantastically grimdark. That is the command vehicle for.
That's a vehicle? I thought that was a building. It's a vehicle.
All I see on the inside of this is there's this amazing piece of 40K artwork where they've got this big hololithic projection of the battlefield, and all these guys with like big coats and big swords like staring over it, and like cherubim and like servo skulls like floating above them in the dark, and like that's just what I picture inside that every time I look at it.
It's so cool. How many points do you think is here?
I think it's about 13,000 points right now. So I counted a little while ago and it was 12,000, and I painted a little bit more since then.
And how long is this project been going on for?
About 8 years, off and on, I think. So the amusing story is...
Not surprised. I mean, can you imagine? I know when I was a kid, I had a model of Venom, the Spider-Man character, and it was an acrylic model, and my dad and I had to glue it together, and then we had to prime, and then we had to paint it. That, no lie, and it was big. It was like this big, I would say. That took us like a week of intricate work to properly get it. Because first you have to get the pieces to set, then you have to prime, then you have to paint each section, and sometimes you have to do multiple coats to make it look right. Then you get the little details you got to do. So can you imagine doing that with these tiny little things? That's a lot of work. The way I equate this to is like, So when you're a kid, you get action figures, right? I mean, maybe some of you don't even have this experience, but when I was a kid, I had collections of action figures, whether it was, He-Man was the first one, and then it was like G.I. Joes, and then it was like Ninja Turtles, right? But all you do is you buy and you play with them. And you have a sense of pride, oh, this is my collection. But you don't really contribute to that. You buy the finished product. Here, yes, you buy the base unit, but you're making it your own through your own work. And then you're not smashing these things together and destroying them. You're using them as valuable collectibles that not only can be used for a tabletop RPG style game, but also later down the line, they can have a lot of value, right? Depending on how old it is or maybe how well decorated it is. So that's pretty neat to think about that. That's like when you're a kid, you're just playing around with toys, smashing them together. But when you're an adult, you can still have a hobby that's more meaningful. It takes a lot more time, but actually can be something pretty valuable.
That this army started with the aim of learning to weather
vehicles. The Warhammer, it looks very realistic. Like those tanks look like things that could exist in real life.
Like army storage box. And I said, I'm going to paint 1,500 points so I can learn this, and I'm going to put it in this box, and that's going to be it, and then I'm going to move on to something else.
And how big was this box?
I still have it, but it doesn't hold the whole thing anymore.
It holds maybe like 1/20th of this.
Yeah, and then it just sort of spiraled out of control a little bit. But you know what it's like with an army. Like once the idea bites you, you get into it, and then there's something else that comes up, and then you start building these other ideas in your head of like, wouldn't it be cool if? And then suddenly there's planes, and there's heavy weapons teams in the buildings, and there's snipers crawling into nukes, and there's...
The thing that's crazy about Warhammer, like, take a look at just this scene right here, right? You've got what appear to be 2 laser turrets with what appear to be almost like mutated sand people or like sand troopers standing next to them, right? But then you've got a guy that looks totally like a standard military guy in like military attire. But then over there, you got a guy who's in a robe with a staff. It looks like a wizard. Right? And it all is in the same universe. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Mad Max combined with like standard military stuff combined with magic. And it's interesting to see all of that kind of smashed together, right? What just happened?
Even more tanks.
Because you're a bit of a treadhead, I would think.
Yes, I may have a treadhead problem at this point.
And there's a little bit of a theme going on here. A Scottish flag?
Yep. So the infantry are all wearing kilts.
Whoa.
This is the 7th Armoured Brigade, the Imperial Scots Guard, and I've forgotten the dog Latin for that off the top of my head. It's something like Scotum Imperium Guardum.
That works.
Where the idea came from was I was browsing around online, and I found these really old pictures from, I think, like the late 19th century, and it was a Scottish regiment in North Africa. And they wore what was called an apron over their kilt to protect it, and it had this like very sort of plain color, which is kind of what the kilts look like down there.
So again, it's unique that you can, even though these are standard units in Warhammer, right? Like anyone could buy these units and use them in their own setup in their own game. You can customize it to be your own lore, so you're creating the own lore for your units and characters, which is kind of neat to think about. Now, I'm not saying that each individual character may not have its own unique backstory, but to have my platoon is Scottish and here's their backstory, and look, they're wearing kilts and stuff versus someone else's, a completely different story. That's pretty neat, I feel. All right, good stuff. I like these kind of clips because I get an appreciation for something I don't know anything about. I've never been into tabletop RPGs or gaming or anything like that. So to me, to watch this is like, getting an exposure to something that I know nothing about, and that's kind of neat. I like to broaden my horizons a bit. So anyway, so guys, that's part 1 of DSP versus the internet for this week. And surprisingly enough, we're pretty much halfway through the Ultra member clips already. So good stuff. If you like the show, please remember, you can become a part of the fun by becoming a member of the channel today. If you're an Ultra member, we're guaranteed to watch your clip like we're doing right now. If you're a submissions level member, you go into a randomized playlist and you get an equal chance to be viewed each week. I certainly hope you'll consider supporting the channel. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in part 2.